Well, it just happened. Class action lawsuit against buyer agency, against NAR and others in Missouri. The something Sitzer case, I don't remember the name of it, but it just came back with a verdict for the plaintiffs against, basically against you, against every real estate agent in America. You lost. And buyer's agency just got a major blow to it, and it's not over. In fact, it's just kind of getting started. So this is something, if you are a real estate agent and you're watching this, whether you're watching this live or a replay, if you have not yet heard the news, it is coming. What's up, Judith? It's coming. You're going to be hearing about it very, very soon if you haven't already heard about it. But this class action lawsuit about buyer's agency being a violation of antitrust laws, and that no longer can sellers be required to pay buyer's agents and all that kind of stuff. It came down fast, 2 hours from the time the verdict was handed, or the case was handed to the jury. It took them less than 2 hours to say, nope, you realtors are crooks. You're ripping people off. You're ripping sellers off. You're overcharging on your commissions. And boom, the hammer dropped. All right. Now, here's what the plaintiffs' attorneys did. They immediately turned around and made this a national class action lawsuit. This was in Missouri. And they're like, yeah, well, it's been happening in Missouri, but guess what? It's been happening in every other state too. So we're going national with this. This is going to be a major blow. NAR, all the major franchises, everybody gets smashed now. So I'm going to talk in this video about what to do if you're an agent and your business is 50% or more listings, or buyers rather, because the name of the game from here on out is sellers. Sellers, listings. It's always been the name of the game if you wanted to build a massively profitable and sustainable business. But you could still make a good living and do well with buyer's agency, and it was just always assumed that the sellers are going to pay your commission, so you never had to worry about the commission. All you had to do was worry about getting your buyer, getting them secured, finding them a house, negotiating, getting them a good deal on the house, and you got paid. It was that easy. Okay, now the game changes. Now, there's going to be a lot of ramifications of this, and there's going to be adjustments. There's going to be an adjustment period. But here's the most important thing for you today. Don't freak out. Okay? If you freak out, you lose. Okay? This is like you go into battle, and if you freak out, you're dead. You're going to drop your shield. You're going to be vulnerable, and you're not going to be paying attention. And you're going to get wiped out in the business. So if you are the agent who is like in panic mode right now, or about to go into panic mode, and you're like, I don't know, and you've been depending on buyers, and you're not willing to change, and you're not willing to go all in, and you're not willing to learn, this is a conversation you can exit right now, because this is not going to be a fair fight. Okay, it's just not going to be a fair fight. Okay, real estate agents, you're going to lose on this one. And so how can you take this defeat and turn it into a victory? Well, you have to adjust how you do business. Now, the CEO of Redfin said that if he anticipated that if this class action lawsuit goes against realtors, which it has, that he anticipated over the next 3 to 5 years, if I remember correctly, that as much as 2/3 or more of the real estate agents in America will be gone. We're talking, 700,000, 800,000 realtors gone in the next 3 to 5 years. Now, that's bad news. That's good news. Bad news for all the agents that are going to die. It's great news for the agents that are going to rise and adapt and raise their game. And this is my conversation with you guys. So first, I want to just tell you, tomorrow, Thursday, November 2nd, I am doing a live masterclass. It's a monthly emergency meeting. So this emergency meeting, it was originally called, and still is called, How to Prepare to Dominate in 2024. Well, this just kind of upped the ante a little bit because we've been waiting for this. It came faster than I expected. I just thought it'd draw a little bit longer, but 2 hours of deliberation, the jury said, no, you guys are crooks. So here you go. This is your time to adjust. So on the webinar that I'm going to be doing live on Thursday, it'll be at 11 a.m. Pacific, 12 Mountain, 2 p.m. Eastern. It'll probably be a 2-hour webinar because we're going to go deep into this, because this is a time you have to adjust, and you have to adapt, and you have to up your game. And so I'm going to talk about exactly what you need to do to win. I'm also getting ready to launch a new program. For years, many of you have heard about the 100-day List Master Challenge that I did for years. I'm bringing that back in a way And so I'll be talking about that on the webinar. If for those of you that are interested in saying like, okay, I want to double or triple my business and so forth. So let me just get a feed. Zane says, who's going to represent the buyers? Well, it's a great question. Buyers can represent themselves. Buyers are going to get represented by flat fee agents who don't know how to represent value, and they're going to pay $500 or $1,000 or whatever. There will still be sellers who are going to be willing to pay commission because it's in their best interest to do so. But again, as a listing agent, you've got to learn how to communicate that value to your sellers. But the other thing that's going to happen is more and more buyers are going to go directly to the listing agent. They're going to go directly to the listing agent and say, hey, help me get this house. And if you're, well, what about who's going to represent them? Nobody's going to represent them. They think they can represent themselves because if they've worked with a realtor before, they know that most of the realtors in America are incompetent. You don't know how to negotiate to get best terms and price. Okay, you don't. Now, some of you are watching it. If you're highly trained and you're highly skilled, then you may know how to do that. But the vast majority of agents do not know how to do that. And you can get mad at me, and you can go like, "Well, I think I think I'm better." Well, you may be one of the top 20%. But the reality is, you're not as good as you think you are. Okay, because there is a whole skill level that most agents never even imagine. And this is why many of the agents that I've coached over the last decade are today millionaires and multimillionaires. They have seven-figure incomes, some of them multiple seven-figure incomes from commissions. Some of them are financially free because they took their winnings from building a profitable business, and now all they do is work with repeat and referral business, personal circle, and they're crushing it. Okay, and when you have great relationships, you're going to still be able to work with buyers, but the way the game has been played is going to change forever. And this change is going to be more dramatic than technology, social media, AI, and all of those have been tools and are going to continue to be great tools, but the game just changed. And so, my friend, you have to be ready. So I have not posted it yet, but in the description of this video is the link to the webinar that I'm doing. It is, you can go to yesmasters.com/emergency meeting. Yesmasters.com/emergency meeting. And there I'm going to lay out for you a full strategy and the plan on exactly what you need to do to start taking more listings and leveraging that with buyers. Okay? So there is more coming. I just wanted to get this word out to you guys so that you're aware, so that you can start ginning up your game right now. Now, this is a time to commit. You either commit to go all in, up your game, and the opportunities over the next 5 years for real estate agents are going to be huge, but it is only going to be for the few that are willing to adapt, adjust, and learn how to master connecting with sellers, converting them, and getting them to say yes. This is the game. This is the game of championships for real estate agents, and you can win this. Yes, Michael, it's the second L in Gary Keller's 3 listings in Millionaire MREA, Millionaire Real Estate Agent, leads, listings, and leverage. Okay, listings have always been the way to play this game, but now it's even more critical than ever before. And leads just changed because the value of a buyer lead has now become dramatically less valuable than the value of a seller lead. And learning how to connect and convert with those seller leads is going to be the game of the future. So if you're ready to do that and you want to master that, join me for this masterclass. Hey, yesmasters.com/emergency meeting. The link is also in the description of this video. Get registered on that. Make sure you show up early because we're going to move fast and I'm going to cover a ton of valuable information that will help you stay out of scarcity and help you break through the resistance that many agents get stuck at when it comes to prospecting and getting sellers. Okay, when it comes to how do you do the lead generation, how do you lead follow-up, how do you get them to say yes, how do you protect your commission, how are you going to now literally train and educate your sellers on what to do to get themselves the best terms and price. And all of those are going to be skill sets that are going to be required in this new game. So you're going to be seeing it all over social media. You're going to see it in all the real estate news. It will probably make national media headlines, I'm imagining. So it's not going to be like a secret. Everybody's going to see it and everybody's going to know it. But it also is a reflection of the buyer's attitudes toward real estate agents, because the bar for real estate agents is so low that the incompetence is so dramatically high that this was caused by that. Okay, you have to understand, guys, this was not caused by some conspiracy. This was caused by incompetence. of real estate agents. And you guys know what I'm talking about. When you got your real estate license, all you had to do was go to a few classes, pass a 150 question multiple choice test, and you got your license. You didn't have to be competent. You didn't have to be trained. You didn't have to have skills. You didn't have to go through 2 years of intense training like you do in law school, or like 8 to 12 years of in-depth, intense education and training like you do to become a doctor. You had to go through 6 weeks to 8 weeks of training, and then you're like, here you go. You have a license to kill. I mean, a license to sell. But having a license is not the game anymore. Okay, it is having the skill set, the mindset, the professionalism, and the expertise to be able to actually represent, and then to be able to market yourself in a way and communicate yourself in a way that makes sellers say, I choose you. So I want to hear in the comments, okay, I want to hear in your comments, I want to hear what your thoughts are on this, okay? If you disagree with me, love it, disagree. I want to hear what you think. Okay, what are your, because this is going to help me understand what real estate agents are thinking and what you guys are feeling and what you're hearing and what you are facing. So do that for me. Join me on Thursday for this live masterclass, the emergency meeting on how to preparing to dominate in 2024. We're going to dive directly into this conversation of how the industry is about to change and what to do about it with this lawsuit verdict. So we'll see you guys then. Click on the link in the description. Get registered. I'll see you there. 3, 2, 1, off you go.